Science is associated and supported by Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush and Government of India. So today our keynotes or our address will be basically on the yogic approach towards management of diseases. As we all are aware, in last 2 years we are facing a different kind of a time, and in that moment the only way we are able to tackle the entire situation was the healthy food and the healthy lifestyle or adaptation of a healthy lifestyle, because that is the only way where we can beat any kind of disease. So yeah, today we have a different discussions, we have different panelists with us from our own place and of course from the different states. First, our speaker will be Dr. R.K. Sharma. He's a PhD principal, Guwahati Ayurvedic College, Assam. Then we have some technical session 1 where we will discuss about the importance of International Day of Yoga and its impact on the public health. Then we have a technical session 2, Yoga for Holistic Public Health. And we have, 6 technical sessions where we have a different speakers from different fields who will be talking about the importance of yoga and its impact in our lives. So in a short while, we will be live in our IYN is India pages in Facebook and YouTube and other social handles. So please be with us. Thank you. Okay, we are already live. Hello everyone, this is RJ Alia and welcome to the National Conclave on Holistic Approach of Yoga Towards Public Health, Institute of Yoga and Nutrition Science. They have conducted this, supported by Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. And yes, we all are celebrating Yoga Mahotsav 2020 and 100 cities that will be taking, and together we will celebrate this on International Yoga Day, that is on 21st of June. Here we are live and we will start our sessions, and sessions will be started and it will be conducted by different speakers on different subjects. So first our keynote address will be conducted by Dr. R.K. Sharma, PhD Principal, Guwahati Ayurvedic College, Assam, and sir will be talking about the yogic approach towards management of diseases. So sir, I would like to welcome you on stage and the place is yours. Thank you.
Very good morning. We are in the moment that is the 100 days countdown for 21st June 2022. That is the International Yoga Day. That is, today is the 88th day, and we are formed in a Guwahati, and I am to deliver the yogic approach towards the management of disease. Yes, yeah, yoga is an ancient wealth of wisdom, which is a gift passed down to us from our ancestors, from our 5 centuries ago. We all know that yoga, this is the word of yoga, is derived from the Sanskrit root, the word juice, which means to unite ourselves. It symbolizes the union of the individual souls, that is the Jivatma, with the universal soul, that is the Paramatma. So you see, the Jivatma and Paramatma, which in other words, it is enables the state of the consciousness where the practitioner is a harmony with her and his surroundings. So according to the ancient text of yoga, the Patanjali Yoga Sutras, that is extremely beautifully explained that they consisting of 8 limbs. So what are the 8 limbs? The first limbs is a rules, that is yama. Next is a niyama, that is the observance. Next is postures, that is asanas, which is very popularly we people are doing. That the breath regulation, which is a very appropriate word for pranayama. Withdrawal of sense, that is pratyahara. We have to relax. That is concentration, that is the dharana. Next is meditation. We people are doing meditation. Next is absorption into the supreme. That is the last, that is samadhi. The concept of health. The yoga, it is directly related with our health. The term health and the extra concept of which is hard to grasp. A fundamental question arises. Can an individual who does not suffer from any diseases be called healthy? Yes, that is a great question for us. In 1948, the World Health Organization defined the state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of this disease. That is the definition of our health. So health consists of physical, mental, social, vocational, moral and emotional and spiritual dimension. From this definition, it is evident the health is a dynamic and multidimensional state, and therefore the achievements of optimum health is only possible by the use of holistic approach, which is customary to everyone. Its dimension, this yoga emerged the perfect candidate for these purposes. Next, asana. These various asanas, postures, it is mentioned in various texts. In the short kriyas, that is the cleansing of our various procedures, improve the physical components of health. So the cleansing part is also very essential along with these asanas. Next is dhyana, that is the meditation, and dharana, that is concentration. Both are equally important for improved mental health. Yama, that is the discipline, and niyama, that is the observance, are universal rule of mortality and social conduct led by the sages of Patanjali. That is the great scholar who developed this special yoga various practices. They are the similar to modern principles of public health and community medicine, which is we are day-to-day practice. The practices of pranayama, that is the breath regulation. During COVID time, we all people are engaged with this pranayama. That is a very important postures as well as a phenomenon, especially during the COVID pandemic. And pratyahara, that is withdrawal of senses. Again, it is improved the emotional or mental health. Yoga also strongly advocates the importance of surrender to the Almighty. So, to surrender to the Almighty is also very important, and which is very rightly mentioned in the yoga. This encourages the development of spiritual health and of each every individuals. The yogic view of the health. The knowledge of composition of the human body is inherently necessary for understanding the yogic concept of the health. The structural aspect of a human body is derived from the ancient text of the Taittiriya Upanishad. This text says that human body is the composed of 5 body elements, 5 sheaths called as the Pancha Kosas. So, what are the Pancha Kosa? The Pancha Kosa, optimum health is said to be the achieved when health achieved at each of the 5 rebellions. First kosa, that is the Anamaya Kosha. What is Anamaya Kosha? Anamaya Kosha is the physical body. The physical body is made of the manifestation of 5 great elements. That is Pancha Mahabhuta. We all are know the Khiti, Aptes, Marud, Bom. We are constituted of these 5 Mahabhutas. Nextly, the Saptadhatus. This includes as Rasa, Rakta, Mamsha, Meda, Asthi, Majja and Shukra. Shukra, that is the last Saptadhatus, that is the semen. Then Pranaya, that is the Pranaya Mahakosha, that is the Pranaya Mahakosha, that is the energy of the body. That is the inner energy of our body, which made the energy of channels, various channels throughout the human body called as nadis. There is a lot of nadis in our body. These nadis are channels that facilitate the flow of the life force called as prana. There are said to be 72,000 nadis running throughout the human body, adopting the path least of the resistance. The nadis with certain energy center to the body called charaka, and they 7 in number. So there is a different numbers of nadi by the sages, but grossly the nadi which flows our prana. That is the Manorama Maya Kosha. The Manomaya Kosha or emotional body to consist 3 gunas or personnel, that is the trait and individuals, Satta, Raja and Tama. We all know the Satta, it should be maintained, the Raja, that is the Rajashika Bhava, and the Tama, that is the Tamashika Bhava. So we should always elevate our Tamashika, and we have to practice for the Satta guna. Next, that is the Vijnanamaya Kosha. This Vijnanamaya Kosha are intellectual body. This kosha, the faculty by which in the individual able differentiate right from wrong. That is the very great things for us, and which is also included here. Next, that is not last but not least, that is the Anandamaya Kosha. Anandamaya Kosha or bliss body. The awareness of kosha only arises certain deep yogi states. It's states of the ecstasy and bliss. Now, I want to give you some references of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita defines yoga as follows. That is the Sattam Yoga Uchyate. The statement says that the equanimity is a yoga. This indicates that yoga enables state of both physical and homeostasis and mental equanimity. Yoga is a state of harmony where the body psychological functions are maintained and the mind remains in the moderation, not overly reacting on the either aversion or desire. So this is the very important. The Bhagavad Gita also enumerates the mental health. It is a great, the details is the mentally sound and healthy individual is referred to as a Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna is, it is mentioned in a Gita, which means a man of steady wisdom. That is very important to do your work, to do your live as a healthy life, as because the Sthita Prajna, that is the steady wisdom, the qualities of the Sthita Prajna are elaborated in depth throughout the second chapter called as a Sankhya Yoga. They included tranquility, situational stability, emotional stability, free from desires, complete self-control, and oneness with the Brahmana or knowledge of the ultimate. That is also very, very important, and which is directly work with our mental and physical health. Next, in the Yatha Yoga Pradipika, there is a great verses in the yoga where the limbs of the body, luster on the faces, clarity of voice, brightness of eye, freedom of diseases, control over the seminal ejaculation, stimulation of gastric fire and purification of nadis are mark of success in Hatha Yoga. So that is also very important, both our sensory as well as motor organ. The Patanjali Yoga Sutras, a description of bodily perfection, that is the Kaya Sampat, can be found the Vibhudatpatti of the Patanjali Yoga Sutras. The Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, where Rupa Lavanya Balavasra etc., there is a great slokas where the perfection of the body includes beauty, gracefulness, strength, and the hardness and adamancy. the concept of diseases. Impairment of health, a condition of the body which is the optimal in functioning, is disrupted, and therein is called diseases. This is a very common phenomenon for the disease. And the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, in Samadhi Pada, Yoga Sutra is a total 13 obstacles in the path of Samadhi. That is the entrance are described. Vyadhi or disease is one of the days. This is the reference to the physical illness. So 5 klesha or affection are described in the Chandapada. They are said in the root of mental illness. So this mental illness, physical illness, they included ignorance, ego, desire, aversion, fear. Among these, ignorance is said to be the root of all other affliction. So the ignorance, to avoid it, we should go for the yoga, as well as we should practice it. The Yoga Vasishtha also a treatise on yoga that contains the teaching sages of the Vasishtha to Lord Rama. In this context, the concept of disease is also explained as follows. In the Anandamaya Kosha, that is the bliss body, an individual healthiest with perfect harmony and balances, which actually depends on a healthy body, how to maintain. So in conclusion, we should go for it is evident that the holistic approach of yoga therapy targets total integrated treatment or management of an individual at all levels. Nextly, the best way to achieve optimal health a multidimensional level. Next, in order to achieve the perfect harmonious state of the mind and body, yoga must not only be used as a therapy, rather it must adopt in the way of our life. So with this, I want to conclude, and I thanks the organizer to give me the opportunity. Thank you.
Now I request sir to kindly please come just center of the stage, and thank you so much. It was really very knowledgeable. And in the meantime, we have with us today Nayan Nilim. He is one of the renowned actors of our SMS industry, also a good musician and someone who loves fitness, and he is here with us. And I request Nayan Nilim to felicitate and also welcome Dr. R.K. Sharma, PhD Principal, Guwahati Ayurvedic College. Can we have a big round of applause for Nayan Nilim? And of course, Asa. Sir, can you please go to the center of the stage? Yeah, I request Noyanda to kindly felicitate him with a bouquet and a fulam gamusa. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this brief Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, as Dalai Lama said, the purpose of our life is to be happy. And happiness is an inside job. It has nothing to do with the external factors. And yoga is something that always where you can connect yourself with your body, with your soul, and with your mind. I always believe yoga gives you that way where we can connect with yourself and with your soul, and can move forward in life without anything and go through any situation in life. That's why we all should practice yoga and follow a healthy lifestyle. Anyways, moving on to our next technical session, our first technical sessions, which is based on the importance of International Day of Yoga and its impact on public health. We have with us our speaker, Dr. Ishwar B. Varshavardhi. He is a PhD, Director of Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga. I think he is connected with us through online, so can we have him? Thank you, sir, and welcome to our Yoga Mahotsav 2020 here in Guwahati. We are really privileged to have you here with us. So, sir, you can please move forward with your session. Thank you so much.
शांति। My pranams to you all. Respected Dr. R.K. Sharmaji, my esteemed colleague, the past Dr. Goswami ji, Miss Chanmita Barua, Dr. Ujjwal, Dr. Sinha, Dr. Stogi, and the main organizer and iconic personality, Sri Nayanji, and all the yoga enthusiasts, my yoga fraternity in the part of Assam. I pronounce to you all. Hearty welcome to you all. At the outset, I congratulate Institute of Yoga and Nutrition Sciences for taking this initiative to observe countdown program of International Day of Yoga for 2022. It's a very important program this year. Government of India has taken up 100 days, 100 cities and 100 organizations. And now, with this, as per the direction of the Honorable Prime Minister and our Honorable Minister of Finance, respected Shri Sonowalji sir, and we are going to take up 75 iconic places of tourist importance where we are going to perform yoga. And on 21st, there will be 75 heritage points, as iconic places where 10,000 and odd people are performing to bring these iconic places in the world map of tourism. So this is the very, very important significant list we are doing it, and should all be very proud that Assam, particularly Guwahati, through the Institute of National Yoga and Nutrition Sciences, are part of this great movement. Now, I will like to emphasize only 3 points. What is the impact of International Day of Yoga on public health? One is, ever since it is introduced in 2015, there is a growing popularity for yoga in exponential growth. Awareness about yoga, yoga practices, yoga appliances, and also there is a big market not only for yoga but also yoga products. It may be yoga mats, t-shirts, accessories. So all these things are very, very important. Therefore, one, it is the livelihood. Second one, it is the growing importance, and many youngsters are choosing yoga as a professional and also as a skill, additional skill. So millions of people have joined this great movement. And I saw in the first International Day of Yoga, only few crores, 1 or 2 or 3 crore people might have participated. But in the last IDY, there are more than 15 crore people that join this movement. So if you see the total population, more than 25 crore people are actually aware about yoga and so that means nearly 15 crore people practicing yoga in one form or the other form every day. So this is one of the biggest public initiative by anyone. So therefore, in my opinion, now it is time for promote it, standardize it. That's why the second initiative the government of India has taken to bring the use the technology, bring the apps. So in association with WHO, we brought Yum Yoga application where we come up with a 45 minutes, 30 minutes, and 20 minutes, 10 minutes yoga model. You can download it, yoga app. Android or iPhone, you can download some yoga app. So therefore, this is one of the biggest initiative of government of India. You will appreciate the quality of the video. So anybody can have their mobile. They can watch first. They can practice it by listening to, by following the guidelines. That means we have taken up yoga to every household because every household now have a smartphone. So next for the places we come up with a vibe break of 5 minutes. So we wet it and now it is in the public domain and people are using it in workplace. Suppose now you are doing for 2 hours. After 2 hours you can have minutes stretching, breathing and meditation, which will definitely help us to de-stress, refocus and refresh and continue our working. This is the trend we are bringing it. That means yoga has become very popular not only in healthcare, work, at schools, colleges. It has become a mass movement. So therefore, for that when using the technologies, we are bringing short films of 5-10 minutes of awareness. We are smart clips, mobile apps, yoga apps. So all these things are in public domain that will help us to understand yoga, practice yoga regularly. Uh, there is no ambiguity because it's public by none other than the Ministry of Ayush Government of India. And the third important aspect is so what it means, why we are of this entire mass movement, yoga and interpretation of yoga. Because it is our culture. It is Bharata Varsha I am talking about, where it covers even, you can see the geographical area in the last more than 2000 or 3000 years. So how vast our geographical area of Bharata Varsha. So there yoga is our culture. Yoga is our Sanskriti. Yoga हमारा संस्कृत. What is this Sanskriti? So the most important culture of our country is we have diversified cultures from northeast to south. So there are many languages, many folk, many habits and customs, but we are living together as one family, one nation. This is the culture, and we have a healthy living principles. Waking up in the early morning, doing the works, and living in a family setup, and the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. So, like this, a big picture of sharing our happiness, sharing our sorrow, and helping one another and living as a family, which we will never get in any of country other than India. All these conditions and in the warlike situation, the whole world is looking at India because this technology is inbred in our blood. It is in our genes. Living together, we fight. We have differences, but apart from differences, we are one. So this is most important aspect to understand. That is our culture, which has united us. Strong bondage. That bondage is nothing but yoga. Yoga is our culture. Yoga is our heritage. That's why. So irrespective of our diversities in language, habits, customs, living conditions, we are together one as a nation. So we have a biggest tourist spots in entire India. We cannot find in the whole world. We have a desert here, we have a seashores, world renowned seashores. Then forests, falls, beautiful nature, in the northeast and Kashmir and great Himalayas. Everything is there where you will not find in any country. All these aspects in one country you don't get. So there is a very coolest place in Siachen and the hottest in the Rajasthan, 82-degree temperature. And if you go to that minus 36 degree. So all these diversities and we are living together. The people living in 52-degree temperature, they are also doing yoga. Minus 36-degree temperature, they are also doing yoga. I have seen and we have associated in both. Our institute developed we went on to Rajasthan to army camp and we taught yoga in the bunkers and in the high altitude also. So what I would like to say, yoga is for everyone. It may be for school children, it may be for a housewife, it may be for the youngster, film stars, or you can see the rock stars nowadays, dance stars, many things, and farmers, common people, even for the driver, rickshaw drivers, truck drivers, and the merchants, in the street merchants. Everybody is doing yoga, benefiting yoga. We are bringing small modules of 20 minutes to 30 minutes. So this year we want to promote in a big manner to as part of our Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Our Honorable Minister Sir, Sri Anand Sonawati, every day he is taking the meetings. Every day. Now immediately after this I am going to meet. And he is assessing. He is assessing our entire uh, the momentum and also guiding from the front. A cabinet minister taking the meeting every day for event. It never happened for one event. They have thousands of problems with them, but sparing this much of time, that is the importance of yoga. Our Minister Sir is giving and also Honorable Prime Minister Sir. Now our duty is to spare some quality time. Today is the beginning in Guwahati. Till 21st June, you start this great momentum on 21st iconic places of Guwahati. There may be 10,000 and odd people joining hands with you to practice yoga in the morning and make a world record. That's my world record that once you start doing yoga, you will never leave it. And then slowly, it become part of our life. Then we leave yoga. We don't practice yoga. Start living. Before I conclude, I know Guwahati I visited several times. and there are many yoga organizations are there in the city. Now Nayan or the yoga university there last time. I met the Honorable Governor Sir. Very very important. Mukhi Sir is the Honorable Governor Sir, very profound lover of yoga and Ayurveda, and he himself practiced yoga. And like this, your Honorable Chief Minister Sir and our Honorable Ayush Minister Sir, you will get all the support. Get all the support, and my request is don't confine to small institute. Think big. Think very very big. And if your aim is go very high, your effort will become high. So therefore, from yoga and part of the country, and any assistance, technical assistance, financial assistance, any type of assistance from our institute, from our ministry, definitely will provide. We take to the new heights. This is my small request, and I assure you that every help from my institute and my ministry will provide it. I also thank my secretary, joint secretary, all the honorable state minister of Finance and everybody for guiding us. And particularly, I thank Nayan. The whole team has thought of 100 days countdown celebration. They come all along from the Assam. 6 people, they there whole day, and we are so happy because my nature is to unite all people from all parts of the country, from Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Rajasthan, Kanyakumari. We are joining, we are uniting. That is our India, our Bharatvarsha. That is our culture, that is yoga. With these three words, be a part of this great movement. Practice yoga, be a yogi, be a happy person. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining. And that was the first technical session on importance of International Day of Yoga and its impact on public health. Now, moving on to, we are going for the next technical session, and we have with us today Miss Chandamita Borua, MPhil, clinical psychologist from Dr. B. Borua Cancer Institute, and she will be presenting a technical session on integral approach of yoga towards health. Can we have you here on us? Thank you.
Hello. A very good morning to everyone present here, to the esteemed panelists, to all the audience who are here. My name is Chandamita Borua. I'm a clinical psychologist practicing in Dr. B. Borua Cancer Institute. So today we will talk about yoga and how it's important in the area of health and mental health. So as R.K. Sharma sir has already talked about the basics of yoga and also how yoga is helpful, and because if we see yoga dates 1,000 years back, it's a age-old tradition that was lost maybe in the initial years, but today we have gathered here, and this approach has will be bringing yoga into the forefront. It has come into the forefront in the recent years, and we are happy because it is a tradition that is age old, but it is coming to the forefront, which is going to help us develop a holistic, it will help in the holistic development of an individual. So when we talk about yoga and its benefits, we know that it is multifaceted. It is helpful not only in making our body more flexible, in enhancing our strength or endurance, but it also helps us in the other aspects as well, as Sir has already talked in the previous sessions, that when we do yoga or practice yoga diligently, a lot of benefits we can see along with it. So when we talk about yoga and its effects on health, we already know about the definition of health which has been talked about, but again I want to repeat. So health does not mean that it is only absence of any disease or infirmity, but it also means that well-being. A person needs to have a state of well-being at all other levels, that is physical, mental, social. Now talking about mental health here, because I am a mental health professional, so when we talk about mental health, so as per the definition given by WHO, World Health Organization, it says that mental health is a state of well-being where an individual can realize his or her potentialities or abilities, is able to work productively or fruitfully, is able to cope with the everyday stresses of their lives, and also able to contribute to the community. So mental health does not itself mean that a person is free from stresses, but it also means development in the other aspects as well, which talks about overall well-being. So we also know that yoga has a direct impact on health as well as other spheres of health, particularly mental health. And there has been researches around the world which says that yoga has its benefit, because if we talk about mental health problems or psychological disorders or mental illnesses, they are a common causes of disability worldwide. So yoga is recognized also by the Western world, as a holistic approach to health, and it's a form of alternative and complementary and alternative medicine, which is in short CAM. So it is recognized all over the world, the benefits of yoga, but all we need to do is be diligent in its practice. Once we start yoga, it's true that you cannot live it, and if you practice regularly, it has its benefits. So if I talk about its benefits more in details, so when we talk about yoga, it has its impact on the mental health, particularly in today's world. We know that stress is a very common word that we use. Stress is something is in everybody's mouth. We always say about stress that I am stressed today, my life is stressful, I'm not happy. So stress is something which we use regularly. So this is one area where yoga has its direct impact, because when a body undergoes stress, it has two kinds of response. One is the fight response, where you want to fight with the stress that is in front of you, and one is the flight response, where you run away from that situation. But yoga helps to generate a different response, which is way different from the fight or the flight response, and it produces a physiological response that helps you to be balanced, that helps you to calm down, that helps you to conserve your bodily resources. Now, talking about more technically, our body has two nervous systems, which works when there is stress. One is the sympathetic nervous system and one is the parasympathetic nervous system. So when there is a stressor, the sympathetic nervous system becomes activated, which you will realize if I give you some examples. Suppose when you have an upcoming exam, you will see that your heart rate is rising, you're sweating, right? So at that point of time, your body is utilizing its resources. But slowly, when you are able to manage the stressor, the bodily changes will come down, where the body was intensified and using the resources, it is going to calm down and your body is going to again conserve the resources. But when you practice yoga regularly, it will help you to generate a response where you will be able to conserve your bodily resources, you will be able to calm down, you will be able to be in the present moment, which is very important in today's world. We are not able to stay in the present moment. Our mind is always wandering 1,000 miles away. Even if we are here, our mind can wander in many directions. But with regular practice, sustained practice of yoga, you can be at the present moment and you can be conscious of what is happening at this particular moment, which yoga helps. Now, there are also mental health conditions you all have heard of, that is anxiety, depression, in general stress that we talk about. So there are various researchers which says that the pranayama or the yogic breathing program, it helps to reduce anxiety, depression, stress. Even hatha yoga, or if we talk about asanas, it improves not only physical health but also mental health. And as R.K. Sharma sir had talked about gunas, which are very important. So we have 3 kinds of gunas, and they influence our personality tendencies. Now when we talk about the sattva, so sattvic guna, it basically helps us to be calm, it helps us to generate a sense of selflessness, and it also it generates a sense of brightness within us. When we talk about rajas, it is more a kind of tendency which will produce a lot of pain, which is going to make you somewhat selfish. And when we talk about the tamas, it is basically where the person is going to be drowsy, lethargic, and it will also create blocks in the energy. So basically, research has said that various yoga practices helps to improve the sattvic guna, which is basically required by every human being, and it helps to reduce the rajas and the tamas tendencies. So if you at a click of a button in Google, you will get a lot of studies of yoga and mental health and how it influences, how it helps. So we all have recognized the importance of yoga and its positive impact on the overall well-being of an individual. All we need to do is diligently practice, realize its importance, and when yoga becomes a part of your everyday life, you will understand the changes it takes place on a daily basis, and with sustained practice, the higher cognitive functionings are also more enhanced with yoga. So at the end, I would like to say that when you practice yoga, when you know about yoga, you would definitely like to be a part of it. You would definitely like to make it a part of your daily life, and you will see its impact with time and how it has a general overall positive impact on your health and on the way you look at life, because in today's life it is very easy to feel low. Also with the COVID, which started 2 years back, we have struggled a lot, but with this practice, I think we have come back, we have come out of the COVID struggle now, but you need to look after yourself, look after your health, look after your mental health, all the aspects of health. If we talk about, it can be spiritual, it can be moral, it can be social. So yoga helps in integrating all these aspects of health, and this will actually help generate an overall state of well-being. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sandamita Borwa. I request you to kindly move to the center of the stage, and I request Nilimda to please come forward and felicitate her with a bouquet and a fulam gamusa. Thank you so much. Well, so rightly said by Ms. Chandamita Borwa that it's very important for us to live in the present moment, because we cannot change our past and we don't know what is there in the future. What we have is the present moment, and it's very important for us to live in that present moment, and the more important thing is that to be with your body, because the moment we start growing from a child to a toddler and to a teenager and to a adult age, we start losing connection with our body, and the moment we start losing that connection, we start losing that love from the body. So yoga or different physical activities will help you to be with you all the moment and be present with your mind, with your body and with your soul. So yeah, we all should practice yoga very sincerely every time. And now moving on to our next technical session, where we will be talking about holistic approach of yoga towards health. And we have another speaker with us, Dr. Ujjwal Arun Maske, PhD, Head of the Department of Yogic Science and Neuropathy, MSSV Assam. Sir, would like to have you here on with us. Thank you.
I will request everyone to please chant Guru Vandana with me. Eyes closed. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guruhu Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Open your eyes, please. Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, Srijut Sarvanand Sonowal ji, Moraji Desai National Institute of Yoga and Director I.V. Basav Reddy sir, Dr. S.K. Sinha sir, Nayan Nilim ji, esteemed panelists, and my dear friends who are seated here and who are listening us in online mode. I am Dr. Ujjwal Arun Maske, Head in Charge and Assistant Professor, Department of Yogic Science and Naturopathy, Mahapurush Srimanta Shankardev Vishwavidyalaya, Guwahati campus. Today, we are discussing here the holistic approach of yoga towards health. Dr. Sharma sir discussed the definition of yoga, definition of health according to World Health Organization, that it is a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being and not merely the absence of disease. It covers the three components, that is physical, mental and social. There is a very beautiful definition according to Ayurveda, and it says samadosha samagnishta samadhatu malah kriya प्रसन्न आत्मेंद्रिय मनः स्वस्थ इत्यभिधीयते। वहाँ पर चर्चा मिलती है समदोष, जो हमारे दोष है त्रिदोष, वो साम्यावस्था में हो। अग्नि, समदोष समाग्निष्ट अग्नि, 13 अग्नियाँ कही गई है, मूल रूप से हम जठराग्नि को प्रमुख मानते हैं, वो जठराग्नि साम्यावस्था में हो। समदोष समाग्निष्ट समधातु, सप्तधातु होते हैं सर ने बताए थे, वो सप्तधातु भी साम्यावस्था में हो। मलह क्रिया, एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोसेसेस, फिसेस, यूरिन, स्वेटिंग, ऑल दीज प्रोसेसेस शुड बी इन द इक्विलिब्रियम। सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, उन्होंने नेक्स्ट लाइन में कहा है, आयुर्वेद नेक्स्ट लाइन में कहता है समदोष समाग्निष्ट समधातु मलह क्रिया प्रसन्न आत्मेंद्रिय मनः स्वस्थ इत्यभिधीयते। प्रसन्न आत्मा, इंद्रिय और मन, हमारा आत्मा, इंद्रिय और मन ये भी प्रसन्न अवस्था में हो, उसको उन्होंने स्वास्थ्य कहा है। अब योग के अनुसार भी कोई डेफिनेशन है क्या? तो योग में स्वास्थ्य ऐसा सीधा लिखा हुआ तो हमें नहीं मिलता है, परंतु महर्षि पतंजलि योग की डेफिनेशन देते हैं और कहते हैं योगश चित्तवृत्ति निरोध। योग क्या है? चित्त की वृत्तियों का निरोध है। उसके तुरंत बाद महर्षि पतंजलि कहते हैं तदा द्रष्टु स्वरूपेवस्थानम, मतलब तब जब चित्त की वृत्तियों का निरोध हो जाता है तब क्या होता है? दृष्टा अपने स्वरूप में स्थित होता है। यहाँ शब्द आया है स्वरूप, मतलब अभी तक दृष्टा अपने स्वरूप में नहीं था, उसकी जो स्वतः स्थिति है, जिसको हम हिंदी में स्वस्थ बोलते हैं ना, हेल्थ मीन्स हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं स्वस्थ, मतलब स्व में स्थित होना। स्व मतलब हमारा जो सेल्फ है उसमें स्थित होना, एस्टैब्लिश्ड। हम अपने जो नेचुरल स्थिति है, नैसर्गिक स्थिति है, उसमें नहीं है, इसलिए अस्वस्थ है। और जब हम उसमें स्थित हो जाएंगे तो स्वस्थ हो जाएंगे। यही महर्षि पतंजलि बोल रहे हैं कि जब हमारे चित्त की वृत्तियों का निरोध हो जाएगा तब हम अपनी वो स्वरूप वाली स्थिति वहाँ पहुँच जाएंगे। तो इस प्रकार हम देखते हैं कि योग में भी डायरेक्टली नहीं लेकिन स्वास्थ्य की चर्चा हमें मिलती है। अब योग के बारे में जब हम जनमानस में देखते हैं तो एक साधारण परिकल्पना यही है कि जब आप बीमार पड़ जाते हैं तब योगा टीचर को बुलाइए और योगा करिए। जब ज़्यादा वेट बढ़ जाता है तब योगा टीचर को बुलाइए, फिर योगा करिए। हम यदि एम्प्लॉय है, स्ट्रेस का लेवल ज़्यादा हो रहा है, डिप्रेशन की तरफ जा रहे हैं, प्लीज़ योगा टीचर को बुलाइए और योगा करिए। एक ओवरऑल कंसेप्ट यही बन गया है। आप जहाँ भी देखिए कि प्रॉब्लम हुई है तब हमें योग के पास जाना है, ये एक मिसकंसेप्शन है। अभी हमारे बीच में इतने सारे स्टूडेंट्स हैं जो योगा प्रैक्टिशनर है, सुबह इन्होंने योगा प्रैक्टिस किया था। ये स्टूडेंट्स हैं, चिल्ड्रन हैं, इनके लिए भी योग उतना ही महत्वपूर्ण है। एक और मिसकंसेप्शन है, योग किसने करना चाहिए? बूढ़े लोगों ने। यदि यंग लोग यदि योग करते हुए दिख गए तो उनके तरफ ऐसे देखते हैं, तुम बूढ़े हो गए हो, अभी से योगा कर रहे हो, जिम जाना चाहिए तुम्हें, तुम योग क्यों कर रहे हो? सो दिस इज़ अ बिग मिसकंसेप्शन। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है कि बासावरेड्डी सर ने भी कहा कि योग सबके लिए है, चिल्ड्रंस के लिए भी है, जो एजुकेशन ले रहे स्टूडेंट्स उनके लिए भी है, यूथ्स के लिए भी है, ओल्ड एजेड पीपल्स के लिए भी, वुमेंस के लिए भी, एम्प्लॉयज़ के लिए भी है, पुलिस पर्सनल्स के लिए भी, सब लोगों के लिए योग है, इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट है। कैसे? अभी वो जो होलिस्टिक अप्रोच है उसी पर हम डिस्कस करने जा रहे हैं। एक जो हमने हेल्थ की डेफिनेशन पढ़ी थी उसमें एक वर्ड था, नॉट मेयरली द अब्सेंस ऑफ डिसीज़ और इन्फर्मिटी, मतलब कि डिसीज़ नहीं होना ही हेल्थ नहीं है। तो डिसीज़ नहीं होना भी इम्पोर्टेंट है ना, डिसीज़ नहीं होना, डिसीज फ्री होना भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है। और हठ योग में ये मेंशन किया गया है, कहाँ पर? दूसरे अध्याय के 77वें और 78वें सूत्र में हठ योग प्रदीपिका में कहा गया है, वहाँ है वपुः कृशतम वदने प्रसन्नता, नाद स्फुटत्वम नयने सुनिमिले, अरोगता बिंदु जयोग्नि दीपनम, नाड़ी विशुद्धि हठ सिद्धि लक्षणम। वहाँ पर वो कहते हैं वपु कृशतम वदने प्रसन्नता, नाद स्फुटत्वम नयने सुनिर्मले, अरोगता, ये जो वर्ड है अरोगता मतलब कि रोग का न होना। इफ़ यू आर प्रैक्टिसिंग द हठ योगिक प्रैक्टिसेस देन यू विल बी डिसीज फ्री। So our text are itself saying that when you are practicing हठ योगा you will be disease free. Okay? कैसे डिसीज़ फ्री हो सकते हैं? जब भी कोई डिसीज़ होती है तो हम आसनों की तरफ भागते हैं, प्राणायाम की तरफ प्रैक्टिस करते हैं और मेडिटेशन का अभ्यास करते हैं। परंतु हमारे हठ योगिक टेक्स्ट कहते हैं कि यदि मेद श्लेष्माधिकः, मतलब कि यदि शरीर में मेद की अधिकता हो जाए, फ्लेम ज़्यादा हो जाए, तो हमें क्या करना चाहिए? षटकर्म का अभ्यास करना चाहिए। षटकर्म क्या होते हैं? धोतिर्वस्ति तथा नेति, लौलिकी त्राटकम तथा कपालभातिश्चैतानि षटकर्माणि समाचरेत। धोती, वस्ति, नेति, लौलिकी, त्राटक, कपालभाति, ये 6 षटकर्म है। ये क्या करते हैं? दीज आर द क्लिनजिंग प्रोसेसेस, क्लींस आवर बॉडी, हमारे शरीर की सफाई कर देते हैं राइट फ्रॉम द नॉस्ट्रिल। नाक, मुंह, हमारा इसोफेगस, स्टमक, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन, सब कुछ क्लीन कर देते हैं। आपने सुना होगा, कहते हैं ये जो हमारा स्टमक है मतलब उदर, स्टमक मतलब उदर, पेट सामान्य भाषा में, ये हमारे रोगों की जननी है। सभी रोग मतलब यहाँ से उत्पन्न होते। यदि ये ठीक है, आपका डाइजेशन ठीक रहेगा तो दूसरे विकार उत्पन्न नहीं होंगे। तो षटकर्म से क्या किया जा रहा है? हमारे पूरे शरीर को सफाई की जा रही है, स्वच्छ बनाया जा रहा है। जब ये सिस्टम पूरा क्लीन होगा, स्वच्छ होगा, सफाई हुई होगी तो डिसीज़ आएंगे ही नहीं। तो सबसे पहले हमें षटकर्म का अभ्यास करना चाहिए। उसके बाद आसन के अभ्यास है, ये हमें शारीरिक स्थिरता देते हैं, मजबूती देते हैं। स्थिरम सुखमासनम कहते हैं महर्षि पतंजलि, और हठ योग में कहा गया है आसनेन भवेत् दृढ़म, दृढ़ता आती है योगाभ्यास करने से। इसी तरह प्राणायाम का अभ्यास करने से हमारी ब्रीदिंग प्रैक्टिसेस अच्छी होती है। ठीक है। और सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, हम लोग ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा यही चीज़ों की चर्चा करते हैं। डाइट के बारे में भी योगिक टेक्स्ट में बताया गया है। डाइट कितना खाना चाहिए, क्या खाना चाहिए। भगवत गीता में भी कहते हैं सात्विक, राजसिक और तामसिक आहार होता है, उसमें से हमें सात्विक आहार की तरफ जाना चाहिए। कितना खाना चाहिए, हठ योगिक टेक्स्ट क्लियरली कहते हैं यदि आपके स्टमक का पूरा 100% मान लिया जाए तो टेक्स्ट कहते हैं आप आधा पेट खाइए, आधा पेट पानी के लिए रखिए, आधा पेट खाइए, उसमें से 1/4 पानी के लिए रखिए और 1/4 खाली रखिए ताकि एसिमिलेशन प्रॉपरली हो सके। ये जो स्टमक है एक बलून की तरह ठुसते नहीं जाना है, उसमें थोड़ा जगह खाली भी होना चाहिए, क्योंकि कहते हैं स्टमक में भी एक चक्की होती है, घुमाता है ना, चर्निंग होती है वहाँ पर। फॉर दैट पर्पज़ सम एम्प्टीनेस शुड बी देयर। ओके, दिस इज़ द कंसेप्ट। कितना खाना चाहिए, क्या खाना चाहिए, ये भी कंसेप्ट योग में है। फिर हम फिज़िकल हेल्थ, मेंटल हेल्थ की बात करते करते सोशल हेल्थ कभी कभी छोड़ देते हैं कि सोशल हेल्थ में क्या होगा योग में है। महर्षि पतंजलि यम नियमों की चर्चा करते हैं, वहाँ पर सोशल हेल्थ है। यम 5 है, हम सब लोग जानते हैं, अहिंसा, सत्य, अस्तेय, ब्रह्मचर्य और अपरिग्रह। आप कल्पना कीजिए आप जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं वहाँ रोज़ झगड़ा होता है, रोज़ एक दूसरे को मारते हैं, पिटाई करते हैं। ऐसे सोसाइटी में रहना हम पसंद करेंगे? बिल्कुल नहीं। सोशली हेल्दी रहना है, सोसाइटी में खुशी के साथ रहना है, आनंदपूर्वक जीवन यापन करना है तो हमारे यहाँ शांत प्रिय लोग होने चाहिए। अहिंसा, सत्य, जो लोग हमेशा झूठ बोलते हैं उन लोगों से हम गैप बना के रखते हैं, है ना, कि ये झूठा आदमी है, इस पे भरोसा नहीं करना है, कब क्या बोल देगा इसका कोई आधार नहीं है। सत्य, ऐसे ही लोगों से हम अपनी फ्रेंडशिप बनाते हैं जो हमेशा सत्य बोलते हैं। अस्तेय, चोरी करना, चोर लोगों के घर के आसपास ना आप कभी किराए से घर लेंगे और ना ही अपना घर भी बनाएंगे, उन लोगों से आप बहुत दूर रखेंगे। क्या चोरी कर रहा है पता नहीं। अब चोरी आजकल सिर्फ संपत्ति की नहीं होती है, इंटरनेट में कुछ कंटेंट भी चोरी कर लिया जाता है, दैट इज़ ऑल्सो है ना, वो भी चोरी है। अहिंसा, सत्य, अस्तेय, ब्रह्मचर्य। ब्रह्मचर्य से लोग समझते हैं कि सेक्सुअल एक्टिविटीज़ से दूर रहना है, दैट इज़ ब्रह्मचर्य। परंतु ब्रह्मचर्य का वर्ल्डली मीनिंग क्या होता है? ब्रह्म में आचरण, ब्रह्म जैसा आचरण। ब्रह्म मीन्स द प्योर, पायस, बिल्कुल शुद्ध और पवित्र जो है वो है ब्रह्म। और आचरण मतलब आवर बिहेवियर, अ बिहेवियर शुड बी क्लीन। जैसा ब्रह्म को हम पवित्र मानते हैं वैसा ही हमारा भी आचरण हो। तो देखिए मैं एक एग्जांपल देता हूँ दैट आई एम लिविंग इन अ सोसाइटी एंड आई हैव डॉटर ऑफ 10 years ओल्ड। मेरी एक बच्ची है जो 10 साल की है। शाम का समय हो गया है, मुझे कहीं पर बच्ची को भेजना है और मुझे पता है कि एक कॉर्नर में 8-10 लड़के खड़े रहते हैं और वो कुछ भी कमेंट करते रहते हैं। एक लड़की का पिता होने के नाते मैं अपने बेटी को कभी भी उस रास्ते से जाने के लिए नहीं चाहूँगा। ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए। हमारे सोसाइटी में बिल्कुल डर मुक्त वातावरण होना चाहिए। परंतु जब यदि मुझे पता है कि वहाँ 8-10 लड़के कुछ भी कमेंट करते रहते हैं, आई विल नेवर सेंड माई डॉटर बाय दैट वे शाम होने के बाद। और यदि मुझे पता है कि ये लोग बहुत अच्छे हैं, मैं आंख बंद करके उन पर विश्वास कर सकता हूँ। मतलब आप जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं वहाँ भी ब्रह्मचर्य मतलब कि आपका आचरण, आपके आसपास के लोगों का आचरण शुद्ध होना, पवित्र होना बहुत ज़रूरी है, तभी वो सोसाइटी एक अच्छी सोसाइटी कहलाएगी। इसी तरह है अपरिग्रह, ज़्यादा संचय न करना। देखिए इसको मैं लास्ट पॉइंट इसको कोरिलेट करके आगे बढ़ूँगा। हमारे सोसाइटी में 2 तरह के लोग हैं। एक घर छोटा सा है बेचारे व्यक्ति का और दूसरा घर है बहुत बड़ा महल जैसा घर है। परंतु वो जो छोटा व्यक्ति है वो आपके हर फंक्शन में आता है, जब भी कोई प्रोग्राम होता है उसमें सपोर्ट करता है, आपके जब भी कुछ मदद की आवश्यकता होती है वो सबसे पहले आपके पास खड़ा होता है। और एक दूसरा व्यक्ति है जिसकी बिल्डिंग बहुत बड़ी है, बहुत पैसे वाला है, परंतु आपको कुछ भी आवश्यकता होगी ना वो कभी नहीं आएगा। आप कुछ भी सेलिब्रेशन करेंगे वो आपके साथ कभी नहीं आएगा। आप किस व्यक्ति को पसंद करेंगे? डेफिनेटली जिसका घर छोटा हो परंतु हर वक्त जो आपका साथ दे, ऐसा ही व्यक्ति सामाजिक कहलाया जा सकता है। तो जब व्यक्ति के पास पैसा होता है तो उसको सिर्फ संचय नहीं करना है, तो समाज के कामों में लगाना है। एक अंश, ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि कमाया और 50,000 पूरा डोनेट कर दिया, नहीं, उसका एक अंश आप 50,000 का 5,000, 1,000 वो कुछ तो सोसाइटी के लिए हम डोनेट कर सकते हैं उसके भलाई के लिए, दैट इज़ अपरिग्रह। सो इस प्रकार योग से सामाजिक स्वास्थ्य को भी संतुलन स्थापित किया जा सकता है। तो अभी हमने चर्चा किया कि कैसे हम योग के माध्यम से हमारा शारीरिक स्वास्थ्य अच्छा रख सकते हैं, मानसिक रूप से स्वस्थ हो सकते हैं और सामाजिक रूप से भी अच्छा समाज बना सकते हैं। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं अपनी वाणी को विराम देता हूँ। धन्यवाद। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
थैंक यू सर। आपसे अनुरोध करूंगी आप थोड़ा सा मंच के बीचों बीच चले जाएं, एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट Nilimda to please come forward and felicitate him with a fulam gamusa and a bouquet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Nayanda. We are moving on to our next technical session, which is on the yogic approaches towards management of diseases, which is really, really, really important because we all are suffering from different disease. One of the, the very common name is a lifestyle disease, which we created by ourselves by not eating healthy and by not following good practices for our health. So yeah. Somewhere just because of that we landed with different health issues. The only way is to get rid of the health issues is to eat properly and do proper exercise and love your body. So moving on to our next technical session, we have with us through online Dr. Rajiv Rastogi, ND, former Assistant Director, CCRY, and sir, we'd like to welcome you to this discussion.
Hello. So, am I audible? आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं?
Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So, today's topic is yogic approaches towards management of disease. बीमारियों का जो मैनेजमेंट है उसमें योग की क्या अप्रोच हो सकती है? I would like to say that there are 2-3 important things. We have already discussed a lot of things. So, in my opinion, there is a yogic दिनचर्या. हमारी जो दिनचर्या है वो योग के हिसाब से होनी चाहिए. हमारा जो आहार है that may be योगिक आहार. जैसे अभी हम सात्विक, राजसिक और तामसिक आहार की चर्चा कर रहे थे. उसके बाद हमारी जो लाइफ स्टाइल है that should be योगिक जीवन शैली. तो एक अच्छी दिनचर्या के कंपोनेंट जो हैं वो ये है कि अगर हमको स्वस्थ रहना है, बिकॉज योगा इज द सब्जेक्ट जो न केवल हेल्थ को प्रमोट करता है बल्कि बीमारी से हमको बचाने की कोशिश करता है और बीमार हो जाए तो उसको ठीक भी करता है. सो नियमित रूप से जल्दी सोना, जल्दी उठना, उसके बाद योग का अभ्यास, उसके बाद संतुलित और प्राकृतिक आहार जिसकी योग में चर्चा की गई है, मिताहार की, उसके बाद संतुलित विश्राम, एडिक्वेट रेस्ट, पर्याप्त निद्रा, स्लीप जो है वो बहुत जरूरी है, और उसके बाद सबसे जरूरी जो है पॉजिटिव थॉट्स. इन योगा एंड नेचुरोपैथी वी बिलीव दैट द रूट कॉज ऑफ डिजीज इज आवर रॉन्ग ईटिंग हैबिट्स, रॉन्ग लिविंग हैबिट्स एज वेल एज रॉन्ग थिंकिंग हैबिट्स. So with the help of these things we have to go ahead Thank you, Dr. Raviraj.
We can hear you, but we are not getting the video. I think camera is off, sir. You can switch on it.
Hello.
Yes, sir. We can hear you. Sir, we can hear you, but we are not able to see you. Sir, can you please say something? Well, sir, if you don't mind, can you please say something? in the meantime, people who are watching us from the different parts of the country and the world will like to say we're just going through a little technical snack. But yes, I, RJ Alia, would like to welcome you once again to Yoga Mahotsav 2022. Under Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, and today we are conducting different technical sessions and we are discussing, because the approach of awareness, the approach of talk is something which we can take forward to create more awareness for a healthy body, mind and soul. So we have different technical sessions since morning. So first we had a discussion on yogic approach towards management of disease. Then we had importance of International Day of Yoga and its impact on public health. Then we had integral approach of yoga towards health. And then we had a discussion on holistic approach of yoga towards health. And now we are actually currently talking about the yogic approach towards management of diseases. And due to certain technical difficulties, we are not able to connect with Dr. Rajiv Rastogi, ND former Assistant Director, CCRYN. Well, during this entire session, the only thing is constant, and that is the love for your own body, your soul and your mind. And yoga is one of the best ways and the simple ways to be connected to with yourself. Because these days we are connected to everything, not to our body. So the first and the basic thing is that we should connect ourselves to our body, to our mind, to our soul. And yoga is an approach where you are not only taking care of your physical body, but your mental peace also. Together you can do both. So which is really very important for all of us. And as Dr. Ujjwal Arun Maske sir said, that whenever you are in distress, don't opt for the options. Even we are not in distress, you should always practice that so that you can have a easy and a beautiful life. So it should be a way of living, not something, a situation where we are escaping and we are having a trouble and that's why we're just opting it like in medicine. It should be a medicine of life, a support of life. So yeah, we should always have that in our life so that we can have a life with full of ease and happiness. So our technical team is connecting with Dr. Rajiv Rastogi, NT former Assistant Director, CCRYN. I hope we are able to connect with him. Are we? Okay. So it's very unfortunate that we are not able to connect with him. We are also trying to connect with different speakers from different places. So yeah, from last 2 years, we all are connected through internet. And it's a very easy connection. But sometimes we go through certain technical snag, but it's okay. Together we can move forward. So here we have come to the end of our panel discussions where we had different of speakers from different parts of the country and also from our state, where they really help us to understand the benefits of yoga and its importance in our life. And to conclude the session, we have with us Dr. S.K. Sinha, PhD Director of IYNS Guwahati, Assam, and Sir will be focusing on preventive approaches of yoga towards wellness. Sir, can we have you here with us?
Namaste. Today, since from the morning, I especially thanks to Nayan sir and all the persons and different organizations who make the program successful. Now, Dr. R.K. Sharma sir starts the root starting of the yoga, and Reddy sir explained the different approaches, principle and implication and the globalization of the yoga towards the periphery and entire country. Chandamita Barua ma'am, she is the clinical psychologist. She explained regarding the mental and psychological aspect of the yoga toward the well-being. Dr. Ujjwal Maske ji, he explained the deepness of the yoga towards the ourself. Now, Rajiv Rastogi sir and Pradeep Goswami sir, both are in panel. So, in the meantime, our focus is to be yoga for disease-free society. We know disease itself is a complex things which required attention. Attention means even a child born, the child needs attention. Even a person is to be in a geriatric phase, he also needs the attention. So how the yoga helps to coordinate and make the person happy? So wellness is not include only physical. It includes the physical, mental, social, spiritual as well as intellectual wellness. So we know prevention is better than cure. Before prevention, we know the causes. We already, our expert panelists explain it. This health is like we deposit our money, 1 rupees for our bad days or good days. Similarly, we preserve, we maintain our health in such a manner that our health, if I will be healthy, our family will be healthy, our society will be healthy, the entire world will look after us to make them happy. Our Mahasi Patanjali, already our previous speaker explained all the things. The 8 sutras already explained, Yama Niyam, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. This, our self, the Atma and meeting with our Paramatma towards the coordination of our supreme purest things in our body. This is the main motto and the combination of the all yoga. In our R.K. Sharma sir speech, sir already explained regarding the different koshas. Koshas is like the sheath of the onion. In our body, we have like the different cloths. Annamaya, whatever we eat, we have to eat. Second, pranamaya, we have our different prana in our body, therefore we are alive. So it is a spirit-like vital force of the body, presence of which means life. Disorder of which means disease, and absence of which means death. So the prana, different prana, apana, udana, samana, there are different prana which are flowing, therefore I am able to speak the different topics. Now, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Anandamaya, whenever we feel the pleasure, it also make a very mean in our life as a wellness. We all know in our body there are the different chakras which make a role like the transformer in our body to give the energy. It starts from the Muladhara chakras to up to the Sahasrara. So we all are receiving the energy from entire universe. We have to be generate our self energy to the well-beings, towards the healing process of the yoga, towards the healing process of the different organs of the body. The concept of the yoga, it already explained by our previous speakers, but we focus on the only yogic health, as the previous speaker already explained. It is very necessary to clean the dosas, which is already explained, therefore the same slide is repeating. Physical body, there are the physical, we have the different body parts, it also includes Manomaya Kosa, the emotional body, the intellectual body. Impairment of health, we are healthy. We are getting up at the morning, we are performing all our activities, but if there are impairment means slight changes in our activity of performance which is related to our age, sex, socio-economic status, this is treated to be an impairment. If our health is impaired, we need the proper attention to make them, rehabilitate them, to make them, correct them toward the well-beings. this is the ultimate of our human life. When we are in the mother womb, our different activities, the mother activities and our own fetal activities, these all are the very important before birth. Just after birth, after getting and similarly 65 plus. In every stages of the life, there is need of the special attention of the care to self, care to our family. So yoga plays an important role in all the different stages in our life. As the urbanization is going on, different hospitals are growing on day by day. So Government of India, Ministry of Ayush, especially focusing on our beloved Minister Sonwal sir and our dynamic Prime Minister. So their leadership, they place the major incentive on the wellness, physical wellness, psychological wellness and spiritual wellness. If a person become well from all the three corners, then he become free from the losing of the money and spending the money in the hospitals and taking the different medicines which having a different adverse side effect in our body. These are the organs, each and every organ having different lifespan. Like our lifespan is to be suppose 80 years, 70 years. Similarly, our organs, our brain, our lungs, our heart, our kidney, our intestine, in females they are the reproductive organ. So all the organs need the special attention and care. The yoga will give 100% boost in our body to make the neutralize all the alignment, whatever our seat, pancha kosa and sat chakras. Without naturopathy, yoga will not be complete. So, along with the yogic practice, we have to follow the naturopathic organic food practice, what already our previous speaker already explained, sattvic diet. Simple by the word Omkara. It gives the relaxation to different parts of the body. Now the biofeedback response analyzer is to be coming. If a person is to be very tense and very worried, within a 10 minutes or 5 minutes, biofeedback will give the response that your stress level is to be 100, now stress level is to come down to 50 or 60. So this much of the research and all the activities and planning are to be undertaken by the ministry. Last not the least, I especially thanks to Dr. R.K. Sharma sir. He is the principal, Government Ayurvedic College. Apart from the busy schedule, he comes and gives the time. All we know that the Guwahati Ayurvedic College is to be given as a center of excellence by the Ministry of Ayush for the Northeast. So thank you sir for the giving the time to come here. I especially thanks to Dr. Iswar B. Baswareddy sir. He is the young, dynamic and always to be promotive towards the society. Sir guided directly, indirectly, and we also link and copied the publication of the Morarji Desai National Institute of the Yoga. Sir, as a great leadership towards the fraternity in the field of the yoga, along with the Central Council of Research in Yoga and Naturopathy, the Morarji Desai National Institute of the Yoga plays a tremendous role as a Google app for the general public. The general public can opt the principle and application of the yoga towards the wellness, peace and harmony. I thanks Dr. Pradeep Kumar Goswami sir. He was available at the 10 a.m. So sir is the former director of the Northeastern Institute of Ayurveda and Homeopathy, Shillong. It is established under Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. This is the only model institute under direct Ministry of Ayush. Mrs. Chandamita Barua, I already thanks to Madam for giving the time and give the clinical and psychological aspect of the yoga towards the well-being. I especially thanks to Dr. Ujjwal Maskeji. He stress on the different corners and different aspects of the yoga towards our approaches as a holistic in our healthy life. I again thanks to Dr. Rajiv Rastogi sir, former Assistant Director, CCRYN, regarding the yogic approaches for the management of diseases. We all discussed from the morning to evening regarding how yoga can help to promote our health, how yoga can bring our wellness, how yoga can help to strengthen our unity towards performance. Finally, as an icon of the Northeast, our beloved Assamese actor, Nayanji, he always insisted us to promote and work along with him, and Mrigankaji and the madam and all the team person who work very hard day throughout all the morning to evening to make the program successful. I, as a part of the Morarji Desai National Institute of the Yoga, because without their kind support and assistance, we cannot able to make the program successful. I especially thanks to Ministry of Ayush, Government of India, to make an opportunity to work in the field of promotion of the yoga as a 88th day today in Guwahati to celebrate and towards the celebration of the 8th International Day of the Yoga 2022. Hopefully, Nayanji and the team will also guide us, and our leadership of our Sarvananda Sonwalji, his dynamic leadership will give us the opportunity to work in a systematic manner in the short period of span. I again thanks to Nayanji to cooperate and complete all the programs successfully. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you so much, sir. And after giving this entire session, we have a very special guest with us today. She is a very special in her way. Well, she is a yoga practitioner and also she is an amazing singer. She sung with some of the most renowned names of our music industry. Well, she is Kiranwala Devi and she has been practicing yoga from many years now. And one of the very touchy moment when she said that she start feeling things, that after doing yoga she starts feeling things in a very different way, which is really, really very important. As we all said, it's very important for us to live in the present moment. So I request Kiranwala Devi to please come here on stage and share your experience with the people who are watching us from different parts of the country and the world. Can we have a big round of applause for Kiranwala Devi?
हेलो हेलो नमस्ते, मेरा नाम किरण बाला देवी और मैं एक्चुअली होजाई की रहने वाली हूँ। वैसे मैं आँखों से दिखाई नहीं देती हूँ, फिर भी मैं आप सबको अपने मन से देखने की कोशिश करती हूँ। और ये मेरा ये 2020 2020 3 अक्टूबर को मैंने सोचा कि मुझे जब मैं घर में बैठती हूँ तो मुझे अच्छा नहीं लगता कि मैं आँखों से दिखाई नहीं देती हूँ और ये समाज में मिल नहीं सकती हूँ, तो मुझे बहुत दुख लगता है। तो मैंने वैसे मोबाइल पे मैंने नेट पे देखा कि योगा करने से अच्छा है, सब लोग बोलते हैं। मैंने भी कई बार टीवी में भी सुना है, तो मैंने सोचा कि थोड़ा खोज लूँ। तो मैंने इतना नेट पे खोजा तो ये एक सर का नंबर मिला था मुझे। वो सर ने मुझे ये दुर्लभ योगा ये देवजीत नाथ सर का नंबर मुझे दे दिया। तो उसके बाद मैंने फ़ोन किया तो मैंने बोला सर वैसे मैं एक्चुअली पढ़ाई भी कर रही हूँ और साथ में मैं रेलवे में जॉब भी कर रही हूँ नया। तो मैंने बोला सर मुझे योगा करना है, तो सर ने मुझे बोला ठीक है तुम आ जाना। तो मैंने बोला कि सर मुझे थोड़ा पैसों का प्रॉब्लम है, नौकरी करती हूँ फिर भी मैं घर चलाना पड़ता है। तो सर ने बोला पैसों का तुम चिंता मत करो, तुम आ जाना। तो मैंने शाम को उस दिन अक्टूबर 3 तारीख शनिवार था, तो उस दिन मैंने गई। तो सर ने मुझे इतना अच्छे से सिखाया, इतना अच्छे से सिखाया कि मुझे हाथ में पकड़ के और सब मतलब स्टेप सब सिखाया सर ने, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। तो कई बार मेरे ये आँखों का प्रॉब्लम चिकन पॉक्स से हुआ है जब मैं छोटी थी। तो मम्मी पापा ने मुझे बहुत इलाज किया और साथ में यहाँ के सब लोग जो सोशल मीडिया में नहीं है और सोशल मीडिया में है, जुबिन गर्ग भैया, उन्होंने भी मुझे बहुत हेल्प किया, सब लोग ने मुझे प्यार दिया। और मैं कहना चाहूँगी, नाम लेना चाहूँगी, ये सब लोग ने मुझे मतलब सबका नाम लेना मुश्किल होगा, फिर भी मुझे जो लोग सोशल मीडिया में नहीं है वो लोग सब लोग भी मुझे सहाय किया है। और तो उसके बाद दिल्ली एम्स में गई तो आँखों का ऑपरेशन हुआ। तो ऑपरेशन के बाद मुझे थोड़ा असर मिला था, तो थोड़ा सा कुछ ये रोशनी आ गई थी। लेकिन फिर से क्या होता है कि मेरा वो ग्लोकोमा के वजह से मेरा आँख प्रॉब्लम फिर से हो जाता है। तो ये योगा पे आने के बाद मेरा आँख थोड़ा कुछ ये 1 हफ्तों से मुझे थोड़ा असर हो रहा है कि मैंने सर को बोला सर आजकल मेरा आँख थोड़ा रोशनी थोड़ा बढ़ने लगा है। कभी कभी जब मैं पानी गिलास में लेके पीती हूँ तो पानी गिलास में थोड़ा मुझे रोशनी आने लगता है। बिस्तर में भी थोड़ा धूप का जो रोशनी पड़ता है वो भी मुझे थोड़ा दिखाई देने लगी है। तो आशा करती हूँ सब लोग मुझे आशीर्वाद कीजिए और मेरे कहने में कोई भूल हुई तो मुझे क्षमा कीजिएगा। वैसे सर को मैं बहुत थैंक्स बोलूँगी क्योंकि सर ने मुझे जितना किया है मैं भूल नहीं पाऊँगी कभी भी। सर ने मुझे कभी भी पैसों का ये नहीं किया, क्योंकि वैसे तो मुझे बहुत चिंता होती है कि मैं दे नहीं पाऊँगी तो मैं कैसे जाऊँगी, इतना बहुत मैं योगा में जा नहीं पाती हूँ। तो सर मुझे खुद फ़ोन करके बोलते हैं किरण तुम आ जाना, तुम पैसों की चिंता मत करो, क्यों कर रही हो ऐसे। और सच्ची में ये नयन भैया को भी मिला, बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे। आलिया दीदी की तो आवाज़ मैं सुनते रहती हूँ बिग एफएम पे, जब मैं छोटी थी स्कूल ब्लाइंड स्कूल पे जब पढ़ती थी, अभी भी सुनती हूँ। तो बहुत खुशी हुई मुझे क्योंकि आलिया दीदी को भी मिला मुझे आज। सच्ची में मेरे तो सौभाग्य दिन है। तो सबको मैं थैंक्स बोलना चाहती हूँ और मुझे आशीर्वाद कीजिएगा। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सो मच किरण, एंड इट इज़ ऑल्सो अ प्रिविलेज फॉर अस। और हम देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से योगा हमारी ज़िंदगी को बदल देता है ना। और बिल्कुल आज इस बातों के बाद हमें कहीं ना कहीं प्रेरणा मिली है कि हम भी कुछ सीखें, हम भी कुछ समझें। ज़िंदगी बहुत खूबसूरत है, हमें खूबसूरत तरीके से जीना है। ओके, शी वांट्स टू से समथिंग।
मैं आज इसलिए आई हूँ कि सब लोग सबका बच्चों का माता पिता होते हैं। कभी कई लोग होते हैं कि पढ़ाई करना ही पड़ेगा, ट्यूशन जाओ, पढ़ाई करो, योगा करना, जिम करना या फिर कुछ खेलना धूलना। ये कोई माँ पिता होते हैं कि सब पढ़ाई में लगने से अच्छा है लेकिन योगा करने नहीं देते हैं। तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि मैं इसलिए आई हूँ कि मुझे देखकर कोई माता पिताओं को भी ऐसा महसूस होना चाहिए कि ये जो आँखों से दिखाई नहीं देती, ये अगर कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग का जो बच्चों लोग हैं हम लोग क्यों ना भेजें। इसलिए अब ये सोचना पड़ेगा सबको, योगा करवाने से अच्छा है। तो मैं ये सच में मैं रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूँगी सबका माता पिताओं को। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सो मच। और हम बस यही कहेंगे कि आज का जो अनुष्ठान था वो हमने सुबह से किया, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगा, हमने बहुत नई नई बातें सीखी। योग के ज़रिए किस तरह से हम अपनी ज़िंदगी को बदल सकते हैं ये हमने सीखा। गीता में कहा है कि जो हो गया उसे हम बदल नहीं सकते, जो होगा हमें उसके बारे में नहीं पता, लेकिन हमारे पास हमारा वर्तमान है जिसे हम जी सकते हैं और खूबसूरत तरीके से जी सकते हैं। और अगर योगा का साथ हमें मिले या फिर हम साथ ले तो ये ज़िंदगी और भी खूबसूरत होगी। इसी के साथ मैं आलिया आज के इस अनुष्ठान से विदा लेती हूँ और उम्मीद है कि आज हमने जो भी बातें की ये आपकी ज़िंदगी को काफ़ी खूबसूरत तरीके से बदलेगी। आप भी योग का सहारा लेंगे और एक खूबसूरत ज़िंदगी जिएंगे। धन्यवाद। Well, I request Kiranwala to please come on stage, and Kiranwala will do a demonstration of her yogic exercises. So I request her to please come on the stage.